Hey, it's Denise. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to those of you who've been here before. If you've been here for a while, you may recognize the poodle wig. The poodle wig is on today because we have some serious poodle business to discuss. If you check out my video when I disclosed that I was getting Percy, that was the first time the poodle wig made an appearance. She wears the fluffy poodle hair much better than I do. I'm just gonna put that right out there. Okay, it's been a few days since I put up a video, and that's because we've been dealing with a little bit of a common puppy problem, which is diarrhea. I know, fun topic for a video. But if you have dogs, and particularly if you got them as puppies, you probably have dealt with this. Really, even a very well-kept kennel, whether it be a breeder or a shelter or wherever else you may have gotten your puppy from, even the best of them, it's hard not to have some sort of intestinal parasites, protozoa spread because, let's face it, dogs don't wash their hands, dogs sniff each other's butts, so it can be very difficult not to have them spread. Percy came from a breeder who keeps a very clean kennel and who regularly deworms her puppies right until they're ready to go home, so as to give you the best chance of them not having something, but unfortunately, she does. So, yeah, I've been dealing with that, and the good news is it doesn't seem to be bothering Percy at all. She's not feeling sick. She's not. Her appetite's great. Her energy level's great. She still wants to play just as much. She's sleeping fine. She's not acting sick or uncomfortable in any way. But she is having unformed stool, shall we say. Now, if it was extremely watery, or if you see signs of blood or mucus or anything like that, that can be a much more like emergency type situation, and you'd want your vet to know immediately. I, of course, with her being so young, Percy is now 11 weeks old, and let's see, she was 10.5 pounds when she came home. She's 14 pounds now, so she's gaining like a pound a week. So even with the diarrhea for the past week, it's not interfering with her weight gain. We did have to switch over to the boiled chicken and white rice diet, which many of you are familiar with if you've ever had a dog who had diarrhea. So I wanted to talk a little bit because, to me, usually if it was just an upset tummy with previous dogs, they would do the chicken and rice for a day or two, and that was that. Or they might need to go on a medicine for a couple days, and that was that. With a young puppy, though, their immune system is not as developed, and it takes a little bit longer for their body to be able to kind of deal with it. What she has, they did the testing. What she has is coccidia, that's the organism that's causing the problem. And we are in close touch, the vet and I. And I have to say that she goes to Countryside Vet. They are in Queensbury, New York. And they're great in terms of getting right back to you if you call, and if you have any questions, they've been great. So we have done, first we did the regular panicure for 5 days, which is sort of the first thing you do in case you thought it was worms, and just routine worming. She was due for a deworming. So then once we knew exactly what organism we were dealing with, we switched over to, here come the granny glasses, which I'm sure look fabulous with the red poodle hair. Yeah, that's something you don't see every day. Okay, we're we were doing metronidazole. No, yeah, metronidazole. Uh, we started with to try to get diarrhea under control, but that alone was not working. So we then, once we knew exactly what organism it was, and the vet added something called Albon, ALBON, which is an 11-day course of treatment specifically for the coccidia. She's been eating her chicken, rice, and pumpkin diet, and for a while it seemed like it was getting better, and then as soon as we tried to put her back on, puppy food, it started coming back, and I had her back at the vet again, and she's so we decided that probably all the antibiotics and stuff were probably, obviously they kill the bad bacteria, but they also kill the good bacteria. And at her age, her immune system just is not going to bounce back as fast as an adult dog. So it was probiotic time. I personally, have not used this product before. It's actually two separate products. I'll show them to you. As I've mentioned in other videos, my other dog is a 15-year-old beagle. He has not had stomach issues, so I'm not familiar with this, and honestly, I'm not sure how new or old a product this is. So what it is, though, is it's two separate things. They're these sprinkle capsules, it's 15 of them. So once a day, you just open the capsules open super easy, and you sprinkle the contents over her food. And why is the light being weird? Okay, if you're starting to think this is the only shirt I own, I'm starting to feel that way, because it seems to be like I'm wearing a different shirt under it. It seems to be what I throw on if I feel a little bit cold and I just want an extra layer on. So yeah, I am guilty of throwing the same shirt on for multiple videos. You're right if you were thinking that. Okay, so this Proviable Forte, that's the name of the pack. Let me show you the back, give a little more information on that. It's the sprinkles, which it's 15 days worth, so one capsule's worth a day, and then it is a paste probiotic. And if you're not familiar with this type of thing, I'm familiar with it because horses, their dewormer comes in this sort of tube, and let me find where the markings are. It's marked in milliliters, and you would dial down to, like, I want to give like 1 milliliter, so you'd like leave the space for 1 milliliter, and then you take off the cap, and when you push the plunger, it's only going to let 1 milliliter worth come out, so that you don't accidentally give more than you meant to give. So that is this. This is 3 times a day for 3 days. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, she's getting this. And we're concerned, we don't want her going too long on just the chicken and rice and pumpkin. So the vet had wanted to reintroduce some puppy food into the mix, the ratio being 50% boiled chicken, 25% rice and pumpkin mixture, and 25% puppy food. So her 3 meals yesterday consisted of that, and her breakfast this morning did as well. And then I noticed that her stool was starting to get looser again. So I called the vet's office, and they said to, back off on the puppy food, that probably her stomach just isn't ready, and that sometimes the transition back to their regular food can be frustratingly slow. And it, she's feeling great. Her appetite is great. She's eating, drinking, playing. We've got tons of snow here, so she's like romping in the snow every time we go out. We're playing with toys. We're working on our puppy biting, which she's no fool. She has learned that if she refrains from biting, like we're treating it like a training session, because one of the times that she's been very bitey is when I'm putting her jacket on. She has her little pink puffy coat, and she has to put a front paw through each armhole, and then it has 3 Velcro closures, 1 right at the neck and 2 under the belly. And she had been taking that opportunity to chew on my hands, and it was very hard to be redirecting her from chewing on my hands while my hands obviously are so close putting the coat on. So I'm using, to cut down the amount of puppy food, also all other food type things the vet said take away from her. So no natural chews like the bully stick, the pig ear, the pork skin, any of those kind of chews she doesn't want her having, because we want to sort of ingredient by ingredient try to figure out, just in case there's any sort of like food allergy or reaction contributing to the problem. So she had to give those things up, and she does like those things. She is gradually accepting that the rope toys are good to chew on. And like I said, she's no fool. She learned that when I'm putting her coat on, when she refrains from biting, like we put 1 foot through, I give her a piece of her food and tell her what a good girl she is. We put the next foot through, etc., until she's fully got the coat on. And we've had 3 successful puttings on of the coat. Puttings on. I think I just made that up. With no biting. So she's learning. And puppy biting can take weeks to months to fully get rid of. So I'm glad to see that she's making a connection, at least, that it's a behavior I would rather she does not engage in. That doesn't mean she doesn't always do it, but at least we seem to be getting into a routine of that you don't do it while you're having your coat put on. And then I'm hoping we'll generalize that to other things. But I'm very fortunate in that she is not a picky eater, and like I said, that sprinkle stuff is going over her meal once a day, and the paste is going, the first dose, I just did it like I had done the other dewormer, which was a liquid that you drew up into a syringe, and actually just kind of put the syringe, remember, no needle, just syringe, just put it up to her mouth, and she basically would just drink it off the end of the syringe. So this, she doesn't mind the taste of either, because 1 dose we did that, and she just licked it right off the end of the syringe. So she doesn't mind the taste. I kind of wanted to know that before I put it into her food, because I didn't want to have her then not eat the food, especially if I knew another dose, a dose of another medication was in there, because then I wouldn't know how much of the dose she got if she started to reject the food. So I now know I can put this directly in the food. She still licks the bowl clean. I can put the sprinkles in the food. She, apparently neither of them have a taste that bothers her. So that's where we're at. And again, she's feeling fine. She's taken her little nap, because it's like her routine. Like we play. We're also working on learning to, that she can just like cuddle and snuggle without having to bite. I don't have to be a chew toy while we're just cuddling. And she's getting better with that. But yeah, she's still in that, young puppy stage of like some activity, whether it's training, playing, playing with toys, then having her meal, having a walk, having her meal, having another walk, and then she kind of, as you can see, crashes out and goes to sleep. So she usually will sleep about like an hour, hour and a half even sometimes, and then it's like wake up and start over. But to keep track of the medicine, I did actually, on my date book, like I put the paste and then 3 little boxes so I can check off each time I give it, and I put capsule and 1 little box for the 15 days that she needs to take it. For me, that's just my best way of knowing that I'm keeping track and that I'm not accidentally missing any doses, or I'm not in the middle of the day saying, oh, did I give that with breakfast? And then, thinking I didn't and accidentally giving too much. So to me, it's always worth it if, for that matter, myself, if I'm taking something that's a time-limited medicine, I will try to have a little checklist for myself, but definitely considering, that she's on multiple things for different durations and different numbers of times a day, I'm writing it down and checking it off to be sure that she gets exactly what she's supposed to get when she gets it and the right number of times a day for the right number of days. So that's where we're at, and hopefully, I'm told that it frequently takes the whole course of the Alban before it really has full effect. So like I said, I had to restart this video 3 times because for some reason my computer was freezing up, which it doesn't usually do while I'm doing videos. Anyway, like I may or may not have mentioned in this version of the video, I completely lost my train of thought. It's gone. I have the poodle hair on in honor of the poodle, poodle-related business we're discussing of an important nature. Got the poodle hair on, and I think it has affected my brain. Yeah. I don't remember what else I was going to tell you. Again, I'm keeping in close touch with her vet. We're, as of yesterday, adding the probiotics to try to help her gut recover from what the antibiotics did. And we're also still actively treating the organism that caused the problem in the first place. So it's like a multi sort of approach to clearing things up. And we still have 5 days left of the Alban, and I was told that, I think this is where I lost my train of thought, hopefully, that sometimes you don't really see results till basically it's the end. So the fact that we're halfway through it and she isn't completely better is apparently normal. I was told, these things sometimes with some puppies can take weeks, and then the weaning them back onto their regular food because right now her stomach is used to plain white rice, plain boiled chicken breast, and pumpkin puree. And you may have heard me mention in some videos, I do home canning, so I have my own home canned pumpkin. So I know that there's no salt or preservatives or anything in it, so I'm happy that I have that, so that, I know exactly what she's getting. She's getting plain white rice, pumpkin that I canned myself, and chicken breast that I'm boiling myself. But the vet said it can then, once their stomach is back to normal on that, it can sometimes be frustratingly slow trying to transition them back to the puppy food. So I just have to be patient with the fact that it can take weeks to get them fully back from this very controlled diet to their stomach getting used to eating puppy food again. So that's kind of what we have ahead of us. And I just wanted to let you know I've been sort of busy with that. That's why I haven't really been uploading any videos this past few days. And she just flopped over. Usually you hear a little grumble. If you disrupt the princess's nap, she makes a little noise, just to let you know you interrupted her nap. So I will leave you with those thoughts. That's what we're at. Probiotics, and then treatment specific to the organism causing the problem, and a bland diet. And fortunately, like I said, she is acting totally healthy. If that were to change, obviously, we would be right back at the vet. But she's not showing any signs of feeling unwell, which the vet said is very important and is a very good sign that it's, not totally overwhelming her immune system or making her sick per se. It's just causing the sort of unformed stool. So on that pleasant image that I just left you with, along with the always pleasant image of the poodle wig when it makes a rare appearance, I will leave you, and I will thank you for watching. And please do hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. Let me know if you've dealt with this with your dog or puppy, and how long did it take you to get them back on their regular food, because I am curious to know. It seems to me like it might be quite the process, lengthy. And I would be curious to hear from other people that, how long it took you if your dog, again, I'm not talking about when you have like a grown dog who has just an upset stomach for a day or two, but if you've had to go through this where you're going through the whole corset treatment thing and having them off their puppy food for a while, like 2 weeks, how long did it take you to get them back on it? I would love to know. I have, in case anyone was wondering, initially the breeder did suggest giving her plain Greek yogurt to, help get some good bacteria back in her gut. But once the vet decided that we were going to go ahead with the, prescription type probiotic, she said, let's not complicate things in case there's any lactose intolerance or milk allergy involved. She's getting more actual probiotic from this than she is from the yogurt. And this way we can also rule out any problem that the milk product could potentially cause. So, yes, I did, that was the first type of probiotic that was tried, was just a little bit of yogurt. But that, in light of the fact that things didn't get better, felt we definitely wanted to go with the stronger one that we know exactly what we're giving her and that we're not complicating it by adding dairy. So, yeah, just wanted to add that in case anyone's first thought is, hey, did you try that? Yes, we did. Again, thank you, and have a great day. Hope you and your furry friend are doing well.